go. And we're live. Hello and welcome to the
Woohoo!
Instant Ink Comic Book Podcast. It's been a little while. We had the episode with Alyssa, a couple weeks ago. Oh my goodness. I'm blaming the cold on getting a little we had an episode a couple weeks ago. A lot of fun. So this new live way of doing things seems to be the way to go. We had a few people chiming in and watching, so we're happy to have that. So as always, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Adriano. You can find me at Pesto Comics all over the internet. So pestocomics.com or at Pesto Comics on all of your socials. I'm all over the place. Right now, I'm promoting two big things. Tomorrow morning, I'm launching my next Kickstarter campaign. It's called Snip. It's 2 issues of a comic. We're getting 2 issues out there. The reason we're doing something like that is because the other thing I'm promoting, which is From Parts Unknown, formerly Kickstarted campaign, is going to be available in your comic shop starting this April. And what we're doing is we're going wide. We're going all over the world. We have distribution through Lunar, Universal, and Diamond UK. So if you have a comic shop, you can get From Parts Unknown. FOC is March 30th, so make sure you check that out. But yeah, so we're changing the way we do things at Pesto Comics a little bit, really trying to get those comics out there so everyone can get them in stores as soon as possible. So that's enough about me. As always, I'm joined by the artist here, the one who makes this whole thing possible, Roberto. Roberto, if you can please introduce yourself, let them know what you're up to.
Of course, I'm Roberto Villacaba. I'm the artist here, and you can find me on robertovillacabillustration.com. And right now, I'm starting to draw the 4th chapter of Voyager. That's gonna be launched in September, and I did a few covers for Parts Unknown, from Parts Unknown, and for Snip 2. So check them out too.
Yes, that's right. The cover you did for Snip, but we were just going over it because I just finished the lettering on it. It's really cool. I think it's gonna be really fun. I did share a preview on one of the Instagram shorts I did, or YouTube shorts, or whatever. But if you want to see the completed thing, tomorrow morning's where you're gonna find it. All right. With all that, we have our guest today, Chris. You've been a gem already in dealing with us rescheduling and all that stuff. So, floor is yours. Let them know who you are and what you're up to.
Hey, I'm Chris Massari. My pen name, as you want to call it, is CE Massari. You can find me on socials. I've got a Substack. I generally try to write 2 or 3 times a month for CE Massari. The title of the thing is called Master of None. I kind of have monikered myself as a Master of None. I'm involved in a lot of stuff, but not necessarily great at any one thing. You can find me on Facebook, CE Massari, as well as Instagram, same title. I've written one of the co-writers for the Kickstarter series, The Six Swords. That was some years back. I participated with 2 shorts in the KFOB or KFOB anthology a few years ago. And then since then, I've been kind of slow rolling. A lot of comics I tried to get started and fell through. Had an agent, had a children's graphic novel that's supposed to come out. Didn't quite pan out. However, I am very happy to announce that I recently signed for a title with Source Point Press. So we're going to be going to Kickstarter in September, probably the 14th or 15th. I haven't decided on a date. And I want it to run into October specifically because the title is related to Italian American history, part of my own history. So I want it to run through Italian American History Month. It is titled The Mob versus the Klan, previously titled The Mafia versus the KKK. So that's going to be coming to Source Point. We're kickstarting in September. And I think that just about covers my intro. We can talk more about other stuff later.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm in. You sold me.
The title alone does it. That's
yeah, I'm in. Yeah, and I guess we're not quite coworkers. What would you call it? Colleagues? Something. Source Point Press is through Prana, which is same as Pestle Comics, so we're kind of linked. It's a small world, but
yeah. I mean, Prana's doing a lot, and I know with Diamond, going the way of Diamond, it's good to see that pieces have been picked up and people can start getting their comics back in the stores.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's amazing how something bad turned into something kind of good. It's almost like we needed the pain to get to where we are today. So
isn't
definitely
that a lesson for life?
Yeah, exactly, right. Easy, good to remember in times like these where things feel less less than good at sometimes. So, with that sad note, let's do something happy. We're gonna do some prompts. We're gonna jump right into this so we can get Roberto going. All right, so whoa, that shared the screen in a very interesting way. I'm gonna make this as big as possible. Look at this. New tools. Don't always know how to work them. All right. So I'm going to refresh these prompts because these prompts I've been looking at, and that's not fair. So I'm going to generate new prompts. I'll read them out, and then you tell me which of these sound good. You can combine them. Just this is just to get your mind going. So we have fairy tales. Fairies have invaded the world. The voyage, a unique vessel, takes you somewhere you've never been before. Perfect recipe, write about events that created a perfect disaster. Shopping addict, what happens to someone who can't stop shopping. And refreshed, an unexpectedly refreshing situation. My goodness, the cold is just taking the life out of me. All right, so enough complaining. Any of these speaking to you?
I like Voyage or Fairy Tales.
All right, we can combine those if you'd like. It could be a voyage that is consisting of fairies, or what do you? If you have some good combination, we can certainly go with that. If that's sounding good to you.
I don't want to start it and then regret it afterwards and be like, what did I get myself into?
So here's the thing: this is a starting point. So if you do find that like this is not the idea I had, we can. We've done that before, where we started with an idea, and as we talk it out, it becomes something entirely different. So,
Let's
we can call it a starting point if that's what you want.
we'll call it. We'll do both because I think fairy tales will be more thematic.
Beautiful. All right, let's do that. So I'm going to kill my screen if I can remember. I have to duck past my camera in order to see where the stop sharing button is. There we go, guys. I'm professional. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Roberto, when you get a chance, share your screen, and we'll get this going. I mean, it's not a surprise to anyone that this is a new tool for us. So I don't think anyone's shocked that we're so lost. And when I say we, I mean me. I'm lost. All right. So I wonder if there's a way. There we go. Center the screen. Is there a way to make us nice and... Yeah, that'll do. I think that works. Where do we go this way? Now I'm just playing with the tool. Maybe that's good too. Okay, anyways. So, Voyage Fairy Tales. How do we go with this one? In my head, I see like a boat full of fairies, and maybe that's not what you want to do. What do you have an idea in mind?
I don't know. I was thinking something kind of Lord of the Ringsy, where
Yeah,
they're going on a venture and they're getting attacked by some evil fairies.
yeah. Keep it simple, right? Like I like that. Now, usually when we do this, what we like to do is try to figure out. I don't know how you like to write, so that's the first thing. Like, do you usually start with an ending in mind, or do you work your way up to it?
It's very, very dependent. There's been some situations where I had an ending or points in mind, and there's other ones that have kind of flow, and I've just scratched things and gone back. It's really been dependent on the story. Like I'm always very jealous of people who can just like spit out stuff like it's nothing. I'm like, dude, it takes me forever. Like I gotta sit on something for like a year, 2 years before I'm like, all right, finally, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go with this. Like I really have to. If it's still in my head, then I know I'm gonna put that effort in.
Yeah.
So I'm a little slower in that way. It's all dependent. Sometimes it's like beginning, middle, end. Sometimes it's just ending. Sometimes it's just kind of an idea, and then you start doing the storyboarding and see where it goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's one of the benefits of doing this. Rarely do you get to sit over the artist's shoulder as they're putting it all together, right? And be
cool.
like, you spawned something. Sometimes Roberto will go in a direction that we weren't ready for, and it's like, oh my goodness, yeah, that makes more sense. Let's do this. So this is definitely a benefit as he thinks with his hands. Um, so okay, so if we're talking um, panels, like normally 5 is like a sweet spot. I feel like
Yep.
for one pagers,
Yep.
right? It just hits all the beats. But we're not bound to that. Like we've done 1, which was more artistic, I guess. It didn't like it still told the story within the page, but it was not a structured, right? Like a structured narrative. We've gone up to 9, which is more of like a conversation. So we've never gone past 9 though. That gets super aggressive.
That's rough.
Yeah,
That's rough for who's ever drawing.
yeah, exactly. I don't think Roberto would appreciate it if we tried to go for 12, but he might be a little upset. So if we're looking at this, like, what is the goal? Like, what are we trying to get to in this
Well,
story?
As he's drawing this, I'm kind of thinking like Voyage. First thing that came to mind, or one of the things came to mind was Vikings. Voyage, kind of, they're the invaders.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of is a little bit of irony, a little bit of like push and pull as far as the artwork goes, to have a bunch of like big meaty Vikings getting attacked by these little nasty fairies.
So they're getting in. So the Vikings are getting invaded by the fairies.
Well, no. So they're maybe going out somewhere. They're trying to invade a situation. They're trying to take some over. They're doing Viking stuff.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
kind of like you stumble on a beehive. You stumbled on, a nest.
Oh yeah, and they're getting
fairies.
attacked by these.
Yeah.
I like that. Roberto's got some upset looking. I like that idea. Okay, so maybe it's do they? I wonder if it's like, do they go somewhere? Do they get cornered? And maybe that's the
I like that.
right? Like they're going to some thing that they're looking for, and when they turn around, like there's just all these fairies like ready to take them down.
Yeah.
Right? That's they thought it was going to be easy until right.
Like I said, it's like stumbling on a beehive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was exactly the image I had, right? Like it's like you climb up the tree and then whoops, there's the hive, right? Like, it's like that idea, but with the Vikings. So like they're like, they're going into a cavern. They're going into something, thinking, oh yeah, we found what we're looking for. And it's like, nope.
I am not an expert on fairy lore. Where do they kind of hang out at?
Yeah, that's a great question. I feel like a tree or something, but like somebody can roast me for that. I have no idea.
Hey, it goes with the theme of like the beehive.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Would it be like a giant tree, like a tree that they can like walk into? Right.
I'm picturing the Keebler elves with
That's
the cookies,
yes.
the commercial.
I was just about to say, am I going to elf instead of fairy? But hey, that works. I'm down for that. Okay. I think we're on the right track here. All right. Sometimes, see, this is the thing with the live, not even live, but whenever people are listening to audio, a lot of times we're just watching Roberto draw. Not feeling audio at all. Just be like, huh, yeah. All right. So story wise, so we got panel 1. It looks like we have our Vikings. That establishes that they're on some voyage. I think we have our final panel with the surrounding fairies, right? So is it just a matter of them going into this tree, finding the thing, and then getting surrounded? Is that like a 4 panel, or is there a better way to tell that story?
No, I think I think that would work. I kind of, whatever picture in my head, it could be one of two things. Maybe they get distracted. They see it's almost like a Tinkerbell little fairy, and they follow it in, and then suddenly they're surrounded. Yes. Or maybe they see, since they are Vikings, they're looking for gold, they're looking for money or item. Maybe it's a combination of both. But what kind of draws them into the trees, either the sparkling gold, the tiny little fairy, or maybe a combination of both.
I like that. It's not just that they're here like with a mission. It's like they
Yeah.
got lured in by something, right? I like that. Yeah, okay. So that would be, yeah, we got our establishing shot. I guess that one that you just drew, Roberto, is like the middle, right? Or do they get lured in that first one? Maybe there's like a fairy like above them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or you show us what you're thinking.
Yeah. Yes, I want to start further away. Maybe.
Well, I got to ask Roberto, do you think like the last panel should be almost the largest one to get like that full kind of fear factor or oh crap moment?
Yeah, it could be, but if it's too big, it's the first one that you see, and there is no surprise, right? We discussed this a lot when we
Yes.
are doing one page.
Yeah, you don't want, because like this is the downfall of a one pager, is that whether you want people to or not,
Yeah.
they're going to take in the whole page first, right?
Yeah.
So you almost don't want to spoil it, but I think you can still do it and get that impact without it being like half of the page, we'll say, right? I think it's just again, we're leaning on Roberto to really give that sense of like they're surrounded, right?
Well, and that's why I mean, at least the way I try to lean on the artist, that's just personal. I don't know how other people kind of work with their artists. I see it's very much like a team thing. I don't know if anyone plays how many people are aware of like football, and kind of I see the writer is kind of like the quarterback. They're really just directing plays and putting it in the hands of their skill player. The skill players being the letter or the color or whoever. And once they get the ball, they kind of make the magic in that play themselves. And that's like this. I'd be like, hey, here's my paneling. You're going to know how to lay this out. You're more visual than me. And especially like a one pager. I've never done a one pager. I've done 5 pagers. One pagers, like I would instantly think, oh, this works. Like you turn the page and there's your big moment. But a one pager, yeah, like you said, the eyes are going to go in different directions.
Right. It's one of the weird, unfortunate sides of it is that it's you can't control. You can't control what people look at. So, or you can to a degree, right? You certainly can control what people are seeing, but you just can't control it completely. Like people are going to see the whole thing, so you have to be clever about how you draw their eye.
Yeah, you can suggest how to read it with the composition or everything.
Exactly. Right. Like that's where the artist really comes in. Is that you could tell them what you hope for, but it's up to their skill to really be able to show that. That's usually something I find with newer artists that are like really into like doing like splash pages, covers, and stuff like that. It's like that's all well and good. Like you might be a very talented artist, however, can you tell a story? Right? Can you draw the boring stuff and like get the point across and draw someone's eye the way I hope without the dialogue? Right? Like the letter and stuff can help with that 100%. They're a big part of pacing and all that, but the artist needs to be able to tell a story and frankly, like draw the boring things. Right? Like not every page is going to be the splash, the action. Sometimes it's 2 people talking, right? But you need that to build. So I always end up every time I go to shows and that I'm always talking to younger artists who are like, how do I get started? And it's like, well, do you have sequentials?
Yeah.
Right. That's what I want to see. Like as much as I like, I'll see the talent anyway. Right. And I don't mind. I love seeing a good splash page or a cover and that too. But show me the boring stuff. If you can do the boring stuff well, like you're in good shape. Right.
I actually think that turns a comic from like, not that I don't like superhero comics, but like I'm just for concept, like your generic just kind of monthly run where it's almost just fill in versus like that, memorable story like the Kingdom Come or, something like that where it's like just the tiny minutia, the boring stuff suddenly artistically comes alive or it looks beautiful, and you're looking at a tree and it's like, holy crap, that tree looks real. Or, I never noticed the details in, this tiny thing over there. I can
Mhm.
remember there's an artist, Plaid Klaus. He did Void Trip. He's done a couple other stuff. He has a Kickstarter running right now.
Mhm.
We never got to get to the fourth issue for our Six Swords series, but I wanted him. And one of his pages, I look at him like, holy crap, I didn't realize he drew that little guy over there. It's like a big opening page of they're coming to essentially like the future apocalyptic New Orleans. And it's
Okay.
like a big port city. And he's got little people hiding in little locations like having lunch or in the corner doing jobs. Another one like someone's getting robbed. There's all these little things happening throughout. And I think
Mhm.
even in a sequential, even the boring stuff, when you can add those little bit of elements of life, you know, it carries things along. So suddenly the boring is the spectacular.
Yeah, I like that. I like it's partly that. It's partly the like, if you're really good at this, you can really bring life to things that
Yeah.
otherwise wouldn't have it. And part of it too is, the way a story is told, like pacing and that. It's really about the highs and the lows. If you don't have the lows, or like the slow parts or
Yeah.
the relaxation, the rest, you never get to those highs, right? Like it all starts to feel flat. It can just be like nonstop action, and it just doesn't feel like anything because you never get those. You never get the chance to breathe. Like it needs to build to it. But if it's all high, if it's all amazing, right? Like like all, not amazing, but all just like, crazy action, and it never really gets to like building a foundation to do that. It just comes out flat. There's been lots of that, right? Lots of look at the MCU.
Well, that's I was going to use that. That was a good example. Like it's also just doesn't work for the comics medium. Like yeah,
Mhm,
you can kind of get like I love John Wick. John Wick's a fantastic movie. Works for that film because film's a little different. With
mhm,
comics, you need that kind of pacing. Like if I'm just looking at fight scenes the whole time, it's like I could look at this same thing on like an anime way better just because the medium works better for
mhm.
constant action. A comic, you need the sequentials, even that like the boring stuff has to look good. Like that's what carries the comic medium as a story along is that ability in your sequentials. It can't always be action. It's got to be pretty scenes and slow scenes and thematic scenes and all these different pieces to come together.
Yeah,
It's
exactly. Well,
just
yeah,
about
and
the medium.
right, yeah, yeah, and just to be like an old man about it, like Dragon Ball Z, right? Like Dragon Ball Z was it was all action, but
Yeah.
was it? A lot of it was build up. A lot of
Yeah.
it was these guys are going to fight in 4 episodes, right?
It
We're
was
going
all
to
built
build
up.
up to that. Yeah, exactly, right? When they finally got to that moment where they would fight, right? Like it was earned. They built up to it. They you know uh, they earned it. Is really the key thing. So
Well, think about
definitely a
the
way to do
the
it.
the fight with Frieza. Like we'll call it the final fight with Frieza. Vegeta has to get killed. You have to have him fight Goku until he like there's this entire I don't know the number, but like a 30 episode thing of them just fighting Frieza in this couple little forms before he even turns Super Saiyan. So
Hmm.
when he's finally killed and it happens, that's the oh crap moment because you build up
Yeah,
that pacing that long.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah. It's again, it's one of those things. It seems too simple. Like I'm sure people are like, I've heard this before. It's like yes, but you still find folks will miss it. They
Yeah,
won't. They right. They know it, and yet in their own writing they can't pull it off. Or
it's
again,
a
if an
maturity thing.
artist, exactly right. Like it's understanding what makes something tick rather than just But I only want the cool parts. It's like the cool parts are cool for a reason, and it's not
Yes.
the reason you think, right?
Well, the same thing in life. Like if you didn't have the mundane, boring stuff every day, like you have your crappy 9 to 5, well, then when you get to go on vacation, it's not as fun. If you're vacationing every day, it loses the allure, it loses the luster. You
Yeah,
have to have dips and ebbs and flows for those other moments to really hit.
yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, Roberto, I think you're.
Yeah, I'm trying to be quiet because I my kids are gonna rush in.
Yeah.
But, but what do you think so far? So what do you think so far?
Yeah,
No,
I think
I like it.
you pulled off that. I think that perspective switch there, showing like they're just being like completely mauled there. I think pulls off that without giving too much away, which is
Yeah.
good.
Well, even like the single touch, you get focused on. Hey, he's trying to like, oh, it's like a little bug. It's a little nice thing. It's a couple
Mhm.
of his fingers, and it's just pure slaughter.
Yeah, I
Cool.
like it.
Okay, I'll continue on.
Right on. Oh, I hear trouble coming.
Uh,
The cat is.
oh,
I already fed him, but I already fed him, but he must be done. Anyways, so while Roberto draws that, you were talking about this new book with Source Point Press.
Yes.
Yeah. So how did that come about? Is that something you've been working on for a while, or?
Yeah, a long time coming. I think I started the script back in like 2019, 2020.
Wow.
I actually started it with, if you're familiar with the comics experience,
Oh yeah.
their intro. So around that time, there was a show on like the military channel, the History Channel. No, it was the military channel. Literally called like Mafia versus KKK. And my
Okay.
dad was like, "Oh, that's a really good idea for a story." I was like, "That does sound like a really good idea." So I watched the show, and then again talking about things that take forever for you to write. Like, so we'll just say 2019, 2020 for funsies. I didn't finish the actual script of like story to like 2023, 2024, and it wasn't because I wasn't actively interested. I ended up basing a lot of it off of like true events in my grandfather's life, which I think set it apart. So I saw the TV show, I saw the thing, I was like, oh, it's a great idea. How do I avoid going down the rabbit hole of like Italian American tropes of like the mafia? I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do something like that. And then I did something like that. It makes sense in the story because it's not a positive thing. It's more like they go down this path. Like the big theme is you're kind of giving up your soul and your life, and it's not a good thing. It's not a positive thing. It's not romanticized. But historically, I in this period of time, I found out that I could get dual citizenship with Italy. So I'm doing all this family research. I'm doing these family rabbit holes. I'm doing like ancestry.com for a variety of reasons. And there was always a story in my family's history, or my call it family lore, that my grandfather, his sister was murdered in front of him. And the only thing we knew was he fell asleep at the table and she was shot. And there was always like these little bits and pieces that didn't make sense. It was, we don't know if it was meant for him to be killed. We don't know if she was meant to be killed. Like there was all these little elements because my grandfather didn't talk about it. The only one who knew about the story was my grandma. And she kind of like just mentioned it in passing kind of thing. It was never elaborated upon. It was never known. No one even knew my great aunt's name. So I'm going through this ancestry.com stuff because it scrubs all those old systems and networks. I ended up finding like a death certificate for her that was connected to, I don't know if it was my grandfather or somebody. And I was like, oh, the name there's Augustina. That's her name. That's her this. And it put me down this whole secondary rabbit hole about finding out the entire story. Turns out it was like a 40, 50-year-old man. She was 16 years old. He was essentially a stalker. My great grandfather had passed away when my grandfather was like 3. So my great grandmother, who didn't speak any English, not even until like the time that she passed, um, was raising 3 kids, Great Depression. And from what I can gather, it looked like he was a renter in the house for them to make extra money. And my grandfather was working, he was selling newspapers. So he had a long day of work. He was tired. It's in the newspaper article about him falling asleep at the table. It's like, oh crap, like this is real. Supposedly, a couple weeks before, this guy in the house who, reading between the lines in the newspaper articles, seemed to be schizophrenic, manic bipolar. He had something wacky going on with him because he would make these statements and then he would like break down and then he'd have these really big highs and lows in
Mhm.
like the interviews and stuff they did. So this guy, I don't know if he hit Augustina, my great aunt, or he said I think that's what it was, something to that effect. And they saw him again at church. My great aunt ignored him. He said that's why I ended up killing her. But he came into the house. He said he was looking for some paperwork he didn't have. My great grandmother went to go get it. Bang, 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 shot her a couple times at the back. My grandfather was asleep, head on the table, 10 years old, saw her get shot, grabbed a kitchen knife, a butcher knife, chased him out the house. So a 10-year-old,
Yeah.
human being is chasing an adult with a gun
Oh my
out the
goodness.
house, couldn't catch him. There ended up being like the people in the area, there was like a mob. They said when they did arrest him, the numbers keep changing, and this is a problem where you kind of get into like real history problems, like what's the actual number? Because some say 100, some say 400. There was a large crowd of some kind who were throwing rocks at the police in the police van, trying to grab this guy and kill him because they know what he did to my great aunt. So I found out like a lot more details of the story. They drove a big funeral procession in the city of Philadelphia. So it turns out that this story that always went through my family, not only was it true, it was like a giant thing in the newspapers. Like I found 20 or
Wow.
30 newspapers. So I kind of combined that with the actual history of my grandfather when my father and my grandfather and their family were living in Virginia. He was legitimately getting harassed by the KKK. He was, considered an immigrant with a business. They didn't like that, not only that this Italian was owning the business or was running it, he had African American like kitchen workers and stuff like that. And
Mm.
he would have lunch with them in public. So this was like the 60s. So you can just
Yeah.
kind of imagine the South in the 60s. So he's having lunch with them. He's driving them back and forth from work. And the KKK did protest his restaurant. I was not able to find any newspaper articles or anything, at least that was in a paper back then. But the story kind of stayed consistent. I remember talking to my cousin about it, and like the story across different people seemed to be fairly consistent. And considering what happened to his aunt, like was fairly accurate. Like it's probably pretty much what we were told happened to him. My dad said he doesn't remember too much, but he says he was also a kid, so some of that stuff you don't really pick up. He said the only thing that he kind of remembers is he described him as a guy as like this big country guy. He was just picture like a stereotypical like whatever comes to mind, big country guy coming in and basically telling my grandfather like to leave, like get out of town kind of thing. And my grandfather
Mhm.
told him that to F off. So I combined those historical events with this story about my great aunt Augustina. I was like, boom, this is the hook. Like this, I can take
Yeah.
all these real life stories that happened to my grandfather, combine them in a narrative. Now, my grandfather was not in the mob, he's not in the mafia, but he did know real mobsters, and he did know a lot of the mafioso who were in Philadelphia. I can't remember the guy's name. Um, it's something Flowers or something. If you Google him, you Google like Philly mobster, you put in Flower, the name's going to come up. He was on a first name basis with him and a few other people. He had a nickname around South Philly. I think it was Monk, or something, a Big Monk or something like that. I don't remember, but they did know him. So I took all these elements, I combined it in this story, and you already heard like the name of the original name. SourcePoint ended up wanting to change it, but Mafia versus KKK, like that sells itself. I don't even
Yeah.
have to go into the rest of the description. You see that there. It's like that's it. I gotta hear about it now.
Yeah, yeah. I get why they renamed it too, but you want to end up in some search results and not get. You want to be able to talk about it online and not get demonetized and that.
No, well,
But
and I think that was part of it. And they were like,
yeah,
we don't want like certain people like with the algorithm coming up. And I'm not married to the name. It was just I like the name from that military. And to be honest, probably better that anyway, because
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the title of the military channel episode. So on the
Mhm.
off chance that they tried to sue me for the name, like
True. That
it's a
as
different
well.
name.
Yeah, even though it's your own story, like
Yeah, yeah.
right? But
And like I
yeah,
said, it
no,
is based on true events. It was my grandfather's
yeah,
real life experiences that I combined into kind of the way I describe it, or like the elevator pitch is it's John Wick meets The Godfather.
wow,
That's
that's a pretty wild story too, man. Like
sorry,
that's pretty
there's a
crazy.
lot.
No, please, I'm happy to hear it. That was a really wild story, man. Like some interesting history you got in your family. But yeah, that's gonna be really fun. I think that's gonna be a good book. Who's the artist you got on it? Is it someone we know or?
Possibly Martin Jimenez.
Oh
He
yeah,
is also from Argentina.
nice. He got the nod from Brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name again?
Martin Jimenez.
Yeah, I think I know him, but it's a common name, so I'm not sure.
That's okay.
But do you know the same one?
Yeah, right.
Oh man, yeah, that's pretty cool though. That's gonna be a lot of fun. And then yeah, talking with Roberto about Italians in Argentina and that.
Oh, they're
I feel like-
everywhere.
yeah. So there's a lot of cross pollination and such there that they know that whole thing well. So I'm sure
There's
it's not gonna be handled well.
more of the Italian diaspora in Argentina than there's the U.S.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's number one right now. I think Argentina
Yep.
is number one and Brazil is number 2 or 3. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
The U.S. is only like 7, 8, or 9, something like that.
Yeah, they're way
one of the
down.
lower ones on the list.
Yeah, Canada's even further down the list.
Yeah.
But like Toronto specifically, Italians everywhere. But the rest of the country, not really. they all came to Toronto and Montreal. And then
Which
we
is
go any
funny.
further.
U.S. is the same way. This was, I guess, 3 years ago now. I was in Texas for some military stuff, and I was getting a haircut. And the second this woman heard like that I was from Joyzy, so it's going off on this whole thing about Joyzy and like knowing mobsters and this whole thing. I'm like,
oh my goodness.
this is like 2022, 2023. You think the mob's still a thing? Like,
Yeah. At least not in that way. The scams they're pulling are less exciting now. It's not what you see in the movies. They just
no.
Yeah, they just do bank fraud and stuff. Like
Except in Italy, I don't know if you saw a video. They basically blew up a truck that was an armed, the bank truck to steal it. That was wild.
oh yeah, they have ties here still too. We've had a few like hits and stuff in recent years. There's a city above Toronto that's like the Italian city. It's like Woodbridge, Vaughan. And there it was like we had like 2 years. Right now there's like pickup trucks. There's like a gang war happening with pickup trucks, and they just they're like murdering each other left and right, and then there were ties back to like Calabria and stuff.
Is that the one that Netflix? Well, maybe not recently, but there's a documentary that was on Netflix recently about some of the mafioso in Canada. And I don't know
maybe. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's wild. Like it's crazy. It's still happening. It's not what you see in the movies. It's mostly the boring fraud. But every once in a while, somebody gets murdered in a parking lot. Yeah, it's still a thing. But just not what it was, which is good, I guess, right? Like,
oh yeah, much better now.
Yeah.
Depending on where you're at.
Yeah, like I used to be really into like the history books and stuff about that, and like Canada, we got history with it too, and there was like stories of what's his name, Papalia in Hamilton, and he used to like beat people up in the street, and people would just keep walking by, like it was just like like he's doing his business, he's good to us. Like, if you don't get in his way, he's not going to hurt you. It's like, but how do you get in his way? And apparently, you can go see his like tomb, and he's got like a huge angel and that. And it's like everybody knows the dude was like into some shady. There's books about it, and yet we still have these like memorials and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Like that's cool, wild. Concerning. I don't know, but interesting how it's just like it's mythologized in a way, even though we have a clear view of like not everything he did was good, but.
Well, that's why I like this story too. Like, at least I felt for this story. Like, the KKK is pretty clear cut. Like, bad guy. Like, it's an easy bad guy. The mafia element is like sometimes it really was, especially depending on how you asked way back when. It's like, oh well, they took care of us and bad things didn't happen. So whatever else they did, I'm not worried about. So there is that little bit of gray area that you can play with just as a story, where it can be okay. You have this very clear cut, bad guy, but then is this other one over here, are they really that good just because they're killing other bad guys, like
yes.
that?
It's the anti-hero.
There's a lot of play there. Yes.
Yeah, it's the it's they do it in the movies all the time. It's like this guy who's like, he's a murderer, he's terrible, but he like fed the stray dog on his way to like whatever hit he's gonna do, and it's like, oh look, see, he's got a heart. It's like, oh Still a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but bad guy with a heart. So I think that's kind of what's happened with the whole mob thing with with Italians and all that. But
Plus, The Godfather's a great movie, and Goodfellas, and a lot
yeah,
of them.
this is the thing. Like, it's all Scorsese's fault and Coppola's fault. And they
100% blame them.
yeah, right. Like it's what kills me is like there's nothing else. So
Yeah.
like you said, like you go to Texas and they're like, oh, you're Italian. Let me rattle off all the
Yeah,
all
all
the
the movies
gangster
I saw.
stuff.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, man, we need like a rebrand at some point. I
It was
feel like
crazy. I don't remember who I was talking about it. Like 90% of American food has it's like obviously
yeah.
Italy is like very food oriented. Pizza, hot wings. Hot wings are an Italian American thing. You know, Chef
Mhm.
Boyardee, like you can go down the list of like chicken Alfredo. I know Alfredo is not an Italian thing, but chicken Parmesan, like there's this whole list of just food that Americans see as American food. It's like, no, those were some
Right.
poor immigrants who came over and were just putting stuff together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I learned actually. So the whole thing with garlic in Italian food is like a weird. It's an Italian American
Yeah.
thing, right? Because
Yes.
there wasn't the stuff they had from home,
Nope.
so they used garlic.
Yep.
Right, and it's like that's how it became such a thing. Like even here in Canada, we're weird because we're not so far removed from the Italians.
Yeah.
Like you guys are like two generations away, right? Like your grandparents came, I think, right?
So
Grandparents
it
or
was my
great
great
grandparents.
it was my great grandparents on both sides, but you know, my dad. This is like the weird thing too. Like you start getting to the ethnic elements. Like
Yeah,
even though they were removed, like my dad grew up in the household with my great grandmom who spoke no English. They lived in South Philly for periods where you're basically just surrounded by like more Italians, but you're not
yeah,
living there. They get that enclave element where it's removed, but it's not. I always find that stuff interesting.
yeah. No, it's wild, and that's what I always find interesting whenever I'm in the U.S. because it's like we're all Italian, but it's like my parents were the ones that came, so I'm
Yeah,
like the first generation Canadian, right? Um, so same thing. Like my mom speaks English, but like
yeah,
not all my aunts and uncles do, right?
yeah.
Or at least they don't do it first. It's their second
Yes.
language very clearly. So it's like although we're all like not from Italy anymore, there's still this weird like the Italy my parents remember is the Italy of the 1960s, which is a little more like it was after the
Yeah.
unification, right? Like it was Italy as it is today. Where I find the like you guys in America, it's more the
It's
pre
even older.
yeah, it's like Italy wasn't Italy,
Yeah.
right? Like it was north and south. There was the Kingdom of Italy and the Republic. So a lot of people came from like the Republic of Italy and stuff. So it's like we have different Italies.
Actually,
It's an interesting thing.
to that point, my great grandfather has on his like immigration papers. He has I can't remember the king's name right now, the King
Yeah.
of Italy. Like it says on his like that was who he put as his country or whoever his person he had to put for his immigration papers was the King of Italy, not like a representative. It was the
Yeah.
king. That was just post Risorgimento, Italy.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, it's just funny. It's like, yeah, we came from such different times. And that we're still camaraderie,
Yeah,
of course, right? Because we all have the same experience, even if it's a little bit different.
Pisani.
But yeah, exactly. Exactly. Right. But I always find that interesting. I find how it's like we're the same but different, right?
Well, they actually made
I'm muting you, Roberto.
I was listening to a podcast, kind of like a clip the other day. There's I don't know if you've ever listened to it. It's called the Italian American Podcast.
I haven't.
It's really good. They do a lot of the history, but not just history. They've got the Italian or the Australian Italians, the Canadians,
Okay.
and they just try to get like the Italian diaspora as a whole. They talk about food, they talk about history, they talk about events, all these different things. But they put out a video, and I thought it was pretty spot on, at least for the American side of things. The Italian Americans were the first Italians in the way that you know how Italians are, like they're very pocketed towards you know their area, their city. Where are
Hmm.
you from? I'm from Lazio. I'm from Umbria. I'm from Abruzzo.
Yeah.
Wherever. It's not that connection where you see your little pocket. But the Italian Americans, well, they're coming from Sicily, they come from Campania, they're coming from wherever, but they saw themselves as Italian, no longer as, well, I'm Roman, I'm,
Yeah.
wherever. Like, it was the first place where that Italian unification really came to form in a different way, if that makes sense. And I was like,
No,
oh yeah,
100%.
that's pretty. And it would have been the same thing in Canada. It would have been the same thing in Brazil or Argentina or Australia, wherever they went. Like, that's where the real Italian unification came, was actually in the diaspora.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because again, it's even the language, right?
Yeah.
Is not, to this day. There's still the dialects that some of them I'm just like, what are you speaking? I don't understand it.
Which I wish I knew. And this is, again, when you start history deep diving, at least because my generation's a little older. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, did my grandparent or my great grandparents speak dialect? Did, like, what my grandfather was trying to teach me, like, where was the dialect? He definitely was 100%. The more words that I remember, that's Italian American slang. That's
Yeah.
not whatever. But was there any dialect that was spoken in my grandmother or my grandfather's house? And, like, my dad doesn't know. He's unfortunate part of, like, that generation where you kind of get cut off. It's like, oh no, we live in this country now, no more. And then when I was
Yeah.
growing up, like, my grandfather tried to teach me Italian. I took it in school and didn't pay attention. And now I'm trying to backtrack like 20 years so I can
I
teach
hear
my
you.
kids.
Yeah.
But, like, the dialect thing, I find the dialect so interesting. I think, like, the Sicilian language coming back is awesome. Like, I just think
Yeah.
there's a uniqueness to the culture that language brings that I wouldn't want to lose in my house. It adds something.
Yeah, for sure, right? And it's like, it's not as though you're losing anything by learning
No.
a new language. It's only additive, right? So yeah, it's really cool. And I think, yeah, the dialects are always just, it's so wild to me because so I'm like half Abruzzese, half Calabrese, right? So there's always,
Abruzzese?
yeah.
Where at?
What's that?
Where at?
Oh, where's she from? She's from Roseto, so it's just north of Pescara. Like, that's where my mom's
Okay.
from. And then
My grandmother's both of her parents are from around Chieti.
okay, that's further in then, away from the
Yeah,
water.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's getting towards the water.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. Yeah. Like my family's just like, I don't know, like half an hour north of Pescara, like
Okay.
right off of the train station there. But yeah, they always like to talk about, why did we move here? We used to live on the beach, but
Yeah.
especially when it's below freezing, and
Yeah.
they're like, why did you take us here? But yes, that's cool. So we're really paisan. We're
Yeah.
close. Yeah, awesome.
Small world. And that
But
wasn't
yeah,
a big diaspora place either. I keep finding out either. Like,
no,
Abruzzo was not a big, leaving place.
no, definitely not. Like, it was even within my family, it was just one of my great uncles
Yeah.
decided to come, said there's lots of money here, come on down. And then my grandfather came and said, no, there isn't. And now we're here. But it was like, one was brave and decided to check it out to try to get a job, and then rope the family in. Yeah. But otherwise, like, it wasn't like a big thing. Where I know the Calabrese side of my family was more of a, like, there's nothing here for
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
We have to pick somewhere to go. And they had the choice between Australia and Canada, and they picked wrong. They came to Canada.
Yeah.
Again, the weather. They should have looked up the weather.
Well, there's no death animals.
Yeah,
At least not compared to Australia.
True. Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends. You give with one hand, take away with the other, right? But but yeah, so it was like very different. Even that was very different reasoning, where one was like, let's see what we can make of ourselves. Like, it'll be an adventure. And the other was like, we're out of options.
Yeah.
Right? Like, let's go. So it's kind of interesting how that came about, that they're, what drives people to uproot their entire lives. I say, as Roberto's listening in, he's done the exact same thing himself. But but yeah, it's are you still muted? Hold up before you chime in. What are you saying?
No, that actually I don't know. I don't speak any Italian. No one in my family speak Italian, because I think the Italians that came to Argentina came so far back that I have no like heritage, only the last name. But
Yeah.
Barley Italiano.
Yeah. No.
Un po.
No,
No.
I mean, yeah, if I hear Italian, it sounds much like Argentinian because there are so many Italians in Argentina that we speak Spanish with the Italian accent. If we heard, if you see Argentinians or Italians from
Yeah.
afar, you cannot distinguish what words are they using. You just hear the mannerism and the rhythm of the language. You confuse them. You don't know if they are
So
Italian
it's
or
like
Argentinian.
Spanglish, except like Spangtalian.
You're right. Yeah, and we have incorporated many words from Italian, but that's different from speaking Italian.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
we call the work we call laburo, it's similar to laboro, it's uh, but it's like this the slang in Argentina has many words from Italian.
Yeah,
That
that's
makes
pretty
sense.
wild.
You got that sister language of Spanish and Italian, the Romance languages, so it just kind of fits right in like a puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My father had friends that are Italian immigrants, but in my generation there isn't much.
Yeah, that's fair.
Cool.
That's fair. But yeah, it's just interesting how how people come at different times for different reasons, and
Yeah.
the influence it has on cultures and stuff
Like I
too,
said,
right?
Argentina is the amount of Italians that went there. It blows my mind, and like
Yeah.
just how much it's integrated into the culture and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, right? And
Yeah.
it's not like it's not like the usual story. I feel like where it's like why do they speak Spanish in Mexico? It's all because the Spaniards went and
Yeah.
conquered, right? Like it's not, where the Italians were just like, oh, I like it there. Let's all go there together, and then we'll just because there's too many of us will influence the culture, right? So it's a very interesting way how like it gets integrated in that sense. It was less of the, but also learned that America apparently is an Italian word anyway.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I just learned that very recently. So, oh my god, we have influence beyond my own understanding.
Amerigo Vespucci.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's pretty wild. But yeah, it's just I just find it cool. It's a weird way to connect with people that like you've never met, like you and I. Now it's like, yeah, cool, we got something in common, even though we're like worlds away from one another. Right? It's pretty neat.
No, I think it's super. I'm not old, but I feel old. So like as I've gotten kids, like I've learned or relearned the value because my grandparents have passed away and those elements of culture have gone. It's like no, like those connection points of culture, like they matter. Like just this whole conversation here is like this is great. Like if those connection points of similarity, that's just the fun part of being human. And anytime that I can talk stuff like this with people, it's great. Like I said, the Italian American podcast, it's a giant event in Florida yearly. I think this is our 5th one. It's called the Italian American Leaders Conference.
Okay.
International. It's the same way. Like you go there and you just feel like it's a big family event because everyone's they've got the same background. They've got the same cultural elements. It's just fun. From Canada, from Cuba. I think they had one from another Central American country. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, like the ice is broken right off the hop, right? Like it's like cool. We got something in common. Now let's go from there, right?
Yeah. And everyone's fighting over food and yelling and arguing
about who's doing it right and who's doing it wrong. Yeah. Yeah, nobody's doing it right. Only Nonna knows how to do it right.
It's a cliche for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness. Yeah, like the every Christmas, everybody's trying to do the ravioli my Nonna used to do, and nobody does it right.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who says they can.
Yep.
None of them can.
I still can't get my grandmom's pasta her sauce recipe right. It just doesn't taste right. I can't do it.
It's just because she put a hand to this, and it's like, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
It's like she knew it was for her. It wasn't for you to replicate, right? So
I always think halfway in my mind, did she lie to me? Did she leave me the wrong recipe? Was she?
Yeah, she's like, you can't have this. This is mine
exactly.
to take with me. Yeah. Yeah, that would be a first for any non there, right? Like this is, I love you guys, but this is mine.
Yeah. You're not taking it from me.
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, it's just so funny, man. It's like, so different and so the same in so many ways. It's really cool. Have you been back to Italy at all? Have you?
The last time I was there was in high school.
Oh yeah.
I
Okay.
keep wanting to go, but it's expensive.
Oh yeah,
And,
it adds up real quick.
and then I was trying to, like I said, I was trying to do the dual citizenship, and then Tajani kind of screwed me on that the day that I was putting in my packet to get processed and pay the lawyer. That's when the decree came down. Literally, like the day I was like, all right, I'm gonna go do the bank transfer. He's got all my stuff, and then
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know if it was Reddit or something. Like, I got the pop up that the decree came down. I'm like, are you kidding me? You couldn't wait like a month?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's frustrating. I've been trying to do it myself, and like
Yeah.
it's nearly impossible. Like I can't get an appointment at the consulate for 2 years.
Well, now they're
Like,
changing it too.
and now they're changing it that
Yeah.
it's like you can only take as many as you took last year. It's like, well, you took a handful, so so it's just never going to happen that way. So now it's like, okay, we got to look at getting a lawyer in Italy and try and do it that way before they close that loophole, right? So yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, yeah, I want that citizenship because it's not just an Italian one; it's the EU citizenship, right?
Yep.
So now you're free to travel all over Europe.
You and your kids too. You like family, like the fact that, hey, you get schooling, you get their medical, you get to travel wherever. It's a golden ticket in a lot of ways.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Well, yeah, I'm even looking like, hey, if I ever get the opportunity to retire, it could do worse than Italy, right? Like a lot of things there that are just I love where I'm at, but they do some things better there too. Not everything. But a lot of things. A lot of things they do pretty well over there. So
it's a lot slower there. Like, it's beautiful.
Yes.
Food is great, but there's the usual Italian on the Italian time.
Yes.
Bureaucracy that is.
Yes. Well, yeah, and talking to so I work with a couple Italian artists, and both have said the same thing to me, which is it's tough to find work. Like they've been lucky that they found me and they found whomever, and they can scrap together work. But if you're just like a young person looking for a job, good luck. Like there's no such thing there for you, right? Like unless you're born into a job, your dad was a barber and now you're a barber. There's just nothing. There's nothing. So a lot of them go to Germany. They go to Saudi Arabia. They go wherever else, and it's just so that's the dark side of it. That on vacation it's beautiful, or if you're a retiree, wonderful.
Yeah. Or if you're not.
If you are a young person looking for work.
Yeah. That was the plan. I was like, I would like to do the thing where I get the retirement home, or in like 10, 15 years get a cheaper home there, so I can go back and forth with my kids, reconnect that cultural element, leave it to them, kind of thing. Not that I can't do it now, but it's a whole hell of a lot easier to do it as an Italian citizen. And then you feel reconnected. Like, even though it's just a piece of paper, it's like, yeah, but this kind of like completes a circle of like what I feel is my family journey.
Yeah, exactly, right. Well, and this is it, and that's why I find it weird that they're and it's very Italian to switch the rules constantly, and right, just make it like, yeah, we want you to come back. However, we've changed where the paperwork goes now, and I've heard that about people from people there too, that it's like, if you ever have to deal with the government, like, God bless you, good luck. They will send you up and down and through every hoop and back again, and you'll never get anything done. So unsurprising that it's even harder from this side of the world to try to deal with them, right? But again, it's a trade-off, I guess. Right? But
good food for a long wait for anything to get done.
Exactly, right? But yeah, it's I wish they just kept it as easy as it was. Or I wish I was more on top of it, right? Like, not realizing that things were going to get so complicated. I could have just done it and been on with my life. But
I feel the same way.
Yeah. Yep. It's like, I'll get to it. And then it's like, wait, what? Oh, I got to run? Okay. Whoops. But yeah, that's soon, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, fingers are crossed for you.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm waiting on all these lawsuits going through that, hopefully.
Yeah,
fixes some
hopefully it
stuff.
opens some stuff up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If only it was as easy as getting my Nexus card. So I have the Nexus to get into the US, like super easy. I go
Yeah.
through the fast lane, right? I forgot what you guys call it. It's like TSA pre-check or whatever.
Yeah, it's the one TSA pre-check.
Yeah. So same idea. Well, you guys have Nexus as well. It's the same. It's the same card, just different country. But anyways, yeah. And yeah, so it lets you through TSA pre-check on your side, and ours is just the like Nexus lane. But I did 2 interviews, and they were less than 10 minutes combined. Right, like it was beautiful. It was just like I went. They're like, "Where do you live?" I'm in Toronto, and blah blah blah. Why do you need this? Well, I go to a lot of hockey games and stuff over
Yeah.
the border. Right? They're like, "Sweet, all right, stamp. Come back to talk to the U.S." I sat in a queue for a couple minutes. They called me up, and the guy was talking to his buddy about picking him up some Wendy's, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you're approved. Here, just sign this."
Check.
Like, oh, it's done. Right? It's like, oh man, if only it was so easy.
Where do you go for hockey games?
I'm a Red Wings fan, so
Okay.
I go to Detroit as often as I can, which isn't as often as I'd like. And then Buffalo the odd time. But I've been to almost every stadium. I'm going to Vegas in a month. That'll be fun. See McDavid.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more than just a stadium. That's a whole.
That's an experience. Yes.
Where? How far are you from Detroit?
It's about a 3.5 hour drive. So
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not bad, right? One season when I was much younger and had much more energy, I was a partial season ticket holder. So I did 10 games of that 3.5 hour each way drive. It was a lot. I never did it again, but I did it the one season with my brother. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I've been to most stadiums. I think we're shy about like 4 now. Me and my brother and I have been doing this trip for like a decade, more than a decade now. Just trying to hit up everyone. Some of them have changed since. We had to go to, we had to go to Long Island twice because they moved a couple times. But yeah, it's been fun. But yeah, Red Wings fan. It's been a good year. Fingers crossed. They don't come back from the Olympics and forgot how to play hockey. We'll see what happens.
Could be a Flyers fan.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, it could be worse.
Would be a lot worse.
Yeah. It's been a while. It's been a while since the Flyers have been up there, but
It's always rebuilding year after year. Them and the Sixers.
yeah. That's the thing. It's. I mean, I'm in Toronto, so I've seen the worst of it with the Leafs, right? Because it's both sides. Like at least you can go to a Flyers game, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Right. Like you could get in the building, and it's rowdy, and it's fun, and you can go. I forgot that. What's that building in the like parking lot? That's kind of like the connection point.
The Xfinity Live.
Yeah, right. Like you hang out there, you have some beers, you go to the game. Like it's an experience.
Yeah.
In Toronto, like you need $400 to get into the building.
Jeez.
Right, for like standing room to watch these guys lose and be awful. Right. And there's no atmosphere because like here we were very strict about the drinking laws and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, right, so there's no tailgating. There's too much tailgating in hockey just based on winter, but there's like nothing. There's nothing happening around the building. Like everybody's going from the office to the game, so there's just no vibe, no nothing. Or even in Detroit, they have the section outside where it's like have some beers before you go to the game. And inside they have all the restaurants, and even at the Joe when they didn't have all that stuff, there's still a vibe in the arena. Where I feel like in Toronto, it's just misery. It's like everybody paid too much to come here, and they're all upset about it.
And I think that's what sucks with like certain areas. I don't know if it's just the way like they set up the stadiums or they build it. Like the whole point is it's supposed to be an experience. You should want. I understand maybe you don't want to get rowdy where it's violent, which unfortunately like Philadelphia has for a reason, and you kind of get like the same with some like especially more football. Detroit or New York or some of the other cities, but at the same time you can still cultivate the energy of like I want to be excited about what I'm watching.
Yeah, right.
Even if they suck.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just fun to go to a game, right? So like as far as the like Toronto centric stuff goes, like I go to like Toronto FC games, there's a vibe. Like there's like, you're
Soccer
going to
games
the
are great.
right. They know how to cultivate that feeling where hockey's very hit or miss. Like some stadiums do it amazing, and some are Toronto. Buffalo, I'll pile into that too, right? They're just as it's I get it. They're like covered in snow all the time, but like just there's not a vibe when you go in, right? We're a lot of cities. Philly's one.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh is another. I hate to say
Pitts-
it.
Yeah. I mean,
Right?
I don't like
I figured.
the Penguins, but like if they have a good, we'll call it hockey culture. I mean, I feel the same way
Yeah.
about like, I feel that way about a couple teams that I dislike greatly. They at least have like a good
Yeah.
sports culture, which I think matters. Like even if your team sucks, even
Mhm.
if they're not good, it's still going and it's an experience because it's supposed to be like, oh, maybe they'll win. But if not, like I'm having a good time because the energy's high, having a couple drinks, whatever.
Yeah, right. Like it's fun to be a rival at that point. But if it's
Yeah.
just like right, if it's a garbage energy, it's like, oh well, that's not.
Like
It,
I love hating the Cowboys. I love
yeah,
hating I love hating the Penguins. I love hating lots of teams, but that was like I said, that makes it fun.
yeah. Like you need that. You need them to bring the level up for you to enjoy disliking this team, right?
Yes.
Where if you're just like punching down at them, there's just something. It's just not fun, right?
No, it gets old.
Yeah, really fast. Like it's fun to like, at the beginning for sure.
Yeah.
Especially if you've been suffering and then suddenly like they suck too. Like 100%. Beautiful. But yeah, they have to like pose a challenge, right? For it to be something. So, yeah, it's interesting how some places really get it. And it's very disappointing with a place like Toronto because it's like with the Leafs. It's you have
I
the
could
richest
imagine.
team in the league and
Yeah.
yet, right? Like with the Canadian dollar, so you're already starting behind 30%, and you're still the richest team in the league, and you guys don't know what you're doing. Like you just don't care, right? Like it's just
You
you
think
guys are
that's a
coming
management
win or
thing?
lose. What's
Like
that?
you think it's an ownership thing? You think it feels like a top down? Is it like general
It's
managership, like
I
organizational?
Yeah, like so there's like everybody blames there's like the Harold Ballard years of the 80s, and he outright said it. He said the quiet part out loud, which is basically like I can put out whatever team I want and you guys are going to pay for the ticket anyway. And he lived that. So he got
Yeah.
rid of all of the players and like gutted the team and sold out the arena. And he's like, "See, you proved me right." So the team was like garbage for a stretch. And then in the 90s they had a resurgence, and then they lost to Buffalo, they lost to the Kings, and they always came close to like
Yeah.
the conference finals and that. But they never really recovered from there. Like it was, and you always like I shouldn't know about this. I wasn't around at that period, but it's stained it so much. Like it stained this team for so long that they just people always point back to that. It's like, well, it's all Harold Ballard's fault. It's like 40 years ago, man. Like you
Yeah.
can't blame that anymore. The players on this team are the kids of players on the
Or
team.
the
Like,
grandkids.
yeah, right. Like we are so far removed from that's no longer an excuse, man. Yeah, like yeah, you're right. It's the grandkids at this point. So they have no like they're not influenced by that. All the mistakes that they're making today are the mistakes that the organization makes today. So I think it's too insular because they do things the way they do it. They're the richest team for a reason.
Yeah.
So they're going to keep doing it. Like they don't have to do anything extra, right? Where you're getting all the ingenuity from these like middle teams or the newer teams, especially. Like I'm excited to go to Vegas and seeing all the crazy things they're doing to get people in the building, and they're good, right?
Yeah.
Annoyingly so, but right. But like they're trying. Like Nashville, you go, it's a party, right? Like there's no downtime. They go to commercial break, the band kicks in, right? Like it's a constant party the whole time. Even Columbus, right? Like it's not a party city, it's just Columbus, Ohio, but they get it, right? Like they have a vibe when you're around the stadium, when you're in the stadium. So I think it's the people who are trying to like reach a level where I feel like Toronto kind of takes it for granted. I'd argue the Rangers are the same. um they
That's New
lean on the
York.
fact they're in a nice building, right? Yeah, they're yeah, good point. Yeah, it's just New York, right? That's just the way they are. But yeah, where you go to a Devils game, it's fun, good or bad. Like again, rowdy crowd kind of helps because
I think
they're
that
liable to
helps.
jump on the ice. Yeah,
Like I said, I think that sports culture element helps. Now, again, sometimes it's too over the top, too extreme,
yeah,
where it's like I don't know how I'm getting older. I keep saying I'm old, but like I'm getting older. It's like I don't feel like dealing with this kind of stuff all the time.
yeah,
But like when people care about the team, it pushes. All right, well, we're losing out on our money, so we have to make those decisions. Or they keep whining about us in the local media. All right, let's do something because we don't want the bad press. Like it pushes things
yeah.
a little bit away.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like there needs to be some healthy rivalry. I don't think you need
Yeah,
to go to the point that some places go where it's like unsafe to be in certain areas wearing a particular jersey.
I
But
can't do the ultras.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Right. That's exactly where I was headed with it. Was the ultras are just they ruin it. They ruin it. They're no fun. It's like, oh, but we hate them. It's like, dude, you're not on the team.
Yeah, you're not.
Right. I understand you bring the noise and you make the atmosphere and all that, but you could still do that without literally trying to injure people on the other side who are just coming. At the end of the day, we're watching a bunch of young men run around to kick a ball. Like,
Yeah, they're
relax.
playing a children's game and making a lot of money that I am
Right.
not making.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. And it's funny because like they say like, well, this is like the proper culture, but like I've been to Italy. I went to the Milan Derby with my brother. My brother's
Oh,
wearing
that's
the AC
awesome.
Milan kit. I'm wearing the Inter kit, and
That's
like,
great.
yeah, it was so much fun. It was so much. I loved it there. But again, like they were cool, right? It's the right city to do it in. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, because everybody's one or the other. Um, but yeah, like they razzed them a bit, but like it wasn't like at no point were we in fear like, oh,
Yeah.
hide your hat because like people are gonna see, like they're just like, like what are you doing here, right? But
That's what
like
it should be.
joking or whatever,
It
right?
should be like a razzing. It should be like a again, you can get a
Exactly.
little there's like a line of like, are you you're taking it too seriously, where it's like, nah, you suck. Like that's what it should be like. Why are you wearing that here?
Yeah,
Take it off kind of thing. Like
yeah,
you're
exactly,
not
right.
making the money. You're not playing the game.
Yeah, it's entertainment, you
Yeah.
know. So yeah, ultras are just like so upsetting, man. But yeah, it's just funny because like here in Toronto, like we have a rivalry with Montreal, and like we've had people like injure each other like bad, um and like the security in Montreal is notorious for like not helping the Toronto fans, right? Like they'll send them out on a specific exit that puts you out into like the woods.
Yeah.
So who's waiting for you in the dark woods, right? Like it's
Uh,
just stupid things like that. Like, come on, guys. Like, do we have to do this? And the argument's always like, well, that's how they do it in Europe. And it's like, that's not always true
yeah.
either, right?
Europe's also
So
not a great example.
yeah. Like, why are you picking the worst example and saying we should be like that? They like their teams. It's like, sure, man. They're also playing like they've been relegated twice already. Like,
Yeah.
is that what
And
you want?
they don't have a job, they don't have a life, and this is all they have.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's all very upsetting. Just that whole concept. Like it's just entertainment, man. Just enjoy your life. But but yeah. Anyways, ultras, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
Just brutal, just brutal. But yeah, anything else that you're into? I feel like we get along really well. We have a lot
Uh,
of the same interests.
yeah, this has been awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, outside of that, so there was just the big thing that I wanted to get was the book with source points. This is like we'll call it the official announcement. They did share it on their page. It's taken a while to get here. Like I said, I had so I've got a few kids, and it takes a lot of my time. So I tried going the other route of like getting an agent, and
Yeah.
I was with her for like 2 years, and it went nowhere. I had a
Mm,
really great artist, a really great book. I eventually want to come back to doing the children's story. We kind of developed this while doing it, and it just comics are expensive from the writing side. I'm sure you know,
yeah.
like to pay an artist, like, and then I've got to budget this, I've got to budget that. I did it completely wrong with my book, uh, The Six Swords from a few years ago.
Hmm.
I put all this money in this, this 3 issue thing, and then it's like, oh wait, I didn't make it back. Like,
Yeah.
you got to do it incrementally, which I was going to try to do with this. Luckily, the things worked out. I know I was really blessed by the opportunity. And instead of doing what I was going to do, which was do a first issue of uh, the Clan vs. the Mafia, we're doing the whole book. So we're going
Nice.
right to the OGN, seeing how it does. And then other than that, I've got other stuff in the works, but I've had too much. I don't know if it's been the same with you, where you start something
Hmm.
and then the artist disappears, and then you're out of money, and then you got to restart. And that cyclical nature, like I don't like putting money, or not money. I don't like putting eggs in those baskets until I know that it's actually going to be completed, because it's happened multiple times to me now. I think like on 4 different projects.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I've been fortunate. I've had a couple where they fizzled out before we got too
Yeah.
far. And then, I have one that I have to nudge the dude every once in a while, but but outside of that, I've been pretty lucky. I do have a bit of a system though that I like vet folks with, which is I'll give them a cover.
Okay.
I do a variant cover with them, and if we can't like even sort out a variant cover,
Yeah.
like we're not working together, right?
That makes sense.
And it's been pretty good. Like like I tell them, hey, this is what I need, and this is what I need it by, and blah blah blah. And if they're like on top of it, and again, it's just a cover. Like it's yeah, it's going to be a little more detailed drawing in that, but it's one page, right? One detailed page, but not a huge project that's going to take a lot of back and forth and this and that. So if you can get through that, we're probably in the right spot, right?
How are you usually looking for them? Like, are you going on forums? Are you doing Google searches? You doing
Yeah,
like,
I there's one Facebook group that I found a few people from, connecting comic artists and writers.
okay, I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got that like gold
Yeah.
banner or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so that one's been pretty good. And then on Reddit, comic book collabs, found a couple people on there as well. And then now it's more like now that I've kind of built like a roster of people that I work with, a lot of it's been like referrals and things, like people saying I've worked with so and so.
Mhm.
They're pretty good, they're reliable. But yeah, when you're doing those first couple, yeah, you're it's shot in the dark, right? Like you don't know if they'll ever
Yeah.
get back to you. And at least a cover is a lot more low risk. That it's like if you run away with my, my the little bit I've given you for like it's a cover, so it's not a same rate
Yeah.
as a one pager, but still like the one fee that I sent you. If you run away with that, I mean that's on you, I guess, right? Like it sucks for me, but we'll live. Where yeah, if you have a project that's like halfway done and then they're like whoopsie doodle, right? Like that's game breaking. That's brutal. So
I have one of those.
yeah.
I'm sitting on these pages and I'm like, I can't do anything with it because it's not like I can bring in like a new art. It's not going to look right. Like I think it's like
Like halfway through, right?
it's
Yeah.
11, 12 pages. I'm like, I can't do anything with this.
Dang. Yeah, it's frustrating. It's very frustrating because well now again, not to talk too much about myself, but the state I'm in now is I'm really trying to like ramp things up because I
Yeah.
got this deal with Prana to
Yeah.
get things into the stores. So I'm really trying to make sure that there's always something. Like every month
Yeah.
there's a book.
You have
And
to.
if any of them fall off, like that's it. It falls apart. Right? So I need to now I used to be a lot more loose about it,
Yeah.
where it's like, yeah, it's Kickstarter, man. If I have to delay it a month, so be it. Like it's all good. Like this one I'm launching tomorrow, I delayed it by 2 weeks by my own doing, not
Yeah.
by anyone else. Like I was the one who was behind. But still I had that privilege to just be like, yeah, whatever, we'll wait 2 weeks. The direct market is not the same. Like you solicit it, it better get delivered, right? So my goal is to have things done before I even ever make the solicit, but that means now the whole timetable gets moved forward. So things have to get done
You've got
now
the Marvel
for
problem now.
yeah, right. It's like I need to keep this train rolling a year ahead,
Yeah.
right? So if you're having a hard time now, like you're screwing up my 2027. So it's a weird frame to be in because like I come from the crowdfunding where you have a lot more
Yeah.
leeway, and now it's like no, like the train is rolling and you just got to keep like as it comes by, you got to make sure you hit that door with the sack of potatoes or whatever. It's a weird metaphor I just came up with, but. But it's that right, like you can't stop the train, like you got to keep it going, you got to keep throwing stuff at it. So yeah, that's been the thing I've been trying to wrap my head around. And fortunately, I've been really lucky with the folks I've been working with. But yeah, who knows, right? Life could happen at any time. And
Hey,
I could
look,
have a half
it's
project at some point,
it
right?
is a huge accomplishment that you've even gotten to the point where you're pushing in stores. Like that's the dream for
Thank
everyone.
you.
And
Yes.
I I've probably done like 5% of what you've done from the logistic end. So I like God bless you. I don't know how you do that. Like that's
Well,
I hate it.
that's fair. I will say that that's part of that's part of it, is that I enjoy the nerdy stuff. I enjoy the
Yeah.
logistics and the marketing and the other stuff. I know a lot of folks that are, and I don't think you're this because you seem to have a good balance, but I know a lot of guys I've talked to, a lot of well, writers, not just guys and
Yeah.
girls, uh, who basically say like, I want to write the end. I don't want to be a project manager. I don't want to have to find an artist and make sure they're
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
task and do all that stuff. I just want to write something and throw it at someone and have somebody throw money in return. It's like, that's not how comics works, man. I'm sorry.
See,
Right?
and my problem is that is what I want. I just want to write something to throw money at me, and I know that's not. And it's not so much that I hate it; it's I truly don't have time. So, like when I
Yeah.
say like my little moniker for like Master of None, so just a short background. I've got 6 kids.
Oh
I've
my
got
goodness.
I've got a jiu-jitsu gym that I co-own. I've got my full-time job, and then I'm in the National Guard too. So that was like the agent thing was like, no, 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 I'm gonna write stuff, and you're gonna make it happen, and I'm not gonna do
That's
it because
fair. Yeah.
I, I I don't have time. I don't have energy for this stuff, and that's why like I understand it, and that's why when I say like God bless you, dude, like that's I'm doing it now. This is for a Kickstarter in September, and I'm already getting pissed off. Like I hate doing these numbers. I hate like mathing this out. Like, do I want to do a print run of 1,000? Do I want to do 500? Do I want to do 1,500? How much my print's going to cost? Is in a 6, 7 months from now, is the shipping rate going to change? Because I'm going to get pissed off about that too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's very upsetting when that happens. And who knows what else with tariffs and this and that. And
Yes,
that was a big problem for me.
I can imagine.
Yeah, that was brutal. Yeah, so yeah, it's a lot. But man, your hands are full. What are you saying? you're you're making it seem like, oh, look at you doing this one thing that you're
Hey, look,
focused
that
on.
one thing is hard. That one thing is
Sure,
very difficult.
sure, but I can make time for it, man.
On
6 kids,
top of
that's
the on
impressive.
top of the writing, on top of like my day job is a lot of project management. So like staying on top of people is tough. Even like I love the artists that I work with, but it is very hard to find artists to trust. And when you find them, you do not let them go.
Oh yeah.
But it's defining them. Like I use Reddit and I had one project. I got 5 pages in for like a pitch package, which is really I only did artists are great, but then life happens and he wasn't
Hmm.
sure, and then he came back and this and that. But in between the time, um, I did the post, I did the Reddit, whatever. You get so many artists, and this is not that I'm anyone, not that I'm like any particular artist, but if anyone who is an artist and listening, if you can't listen to the basic prompt of saying email me at this mailbox, I'm gonna if you direct message me, you do whatever, I'm gonna ignore you, which I did. And it's
Yep.
like I'm not. I asked you to email me at this particular place and follow these instructions for a reason. Because if you can't follow this, then I know you're probably not going to be super trustworthy,
Hmm.
with the actual project that I'm paying you money to do.
Yep. Yep. And that's why I'm not so quick with the money part.
Yeah.
Not in terms of like I hold it like
Yeah.
except for Roberto, I owe him money right now. We're good, right? So Roberto aside, I'm usually like, let's get our terms sorted. Let's figure out
Yeah.
exactly what we're doing. Once we have a timetable set, then I'll send you the money, right? And that has saved me
Yeah.
half a dozen times already. And like I said,
Yeah.
it's been covers, like nothing complicated, but just enough that it's like, okay, like this is what I'm thinking. I need it for this time, and then they like ghost me, or they,
Yeah.
sorry, I forgot, or whatever. It's like, dude, like I gave you a very simple task. Like and if I wasn't clear, you could have asked me, but to just like not say anything for a month, and then I gotta wait for you, and so it's been good that it's because I could have just been like, what's your rate? Okay, I'm sending it your way. Now let's start talking. Like
Oh no,
I,
no
I'd be
contract.
ruined.
Contract.
Yeah.
I did learn. So this is for anyone who is on the writing side and wants to learn. Never do the unless they're established like half up front. Like that was the first book that we did was an established writer. He had done some work for like Dark Horse and some other indies. So okay, we did the half out front. We did the contract. My next one, I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, oh, this guy's really good. Well, that's the one that I have 11, 12 pages. He did his half, and then he went and disappeared. So I
Ugh.
think that's kind of like dependent. And so Martin, who I've been working with, because he's been great. He's got a lot of history, and now I did for this big book that we're doing now. We started with 10 pages, and then we got the pickup. I was like, all right, well, I'm paying you half now. I know I'm going to pay you half at the back end because
Mhm.
I've got trust with you now. We've got our contract signed, everything else. When we first started, I was paying him basically like by page.
Wow.
Now that it's established, it's like, okay, I can trust you. Even though he had the history, I just don't want to get burned again.
Sure.
He's been great, so it's a little bit of that fear factor. But now it's like, okay, yeah, I can put this forward. No, I'm going to get the return, but it's nerve wracking the few times that they've started. It's been health issues. They've gone missing.
Mhm.
All these different things. Reliability has become like my number one. Like, obviously, I would like you to be a good artist. Like,
Yeah.
art is what makes comics the comics medium. But
Yeah.
like reliability with my money is my number one because if you take my money and I don't have it anymore, guess what? I can't make more stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. That's the edge that you would
Yeah.
have as an artist because there are a lot of great artists. This is the thing, right? So what gives you an edge over them? Be reliable, man.
Yep.
Like right, like deliver on time, or at least like treat it like the person who's paying you like has a stake in this because they do. Right? Like
It
this is
should
the
be
thing.
like a job, like a real job. Like
Yeah.
this is my boss. Not that it's a boss. It's a weird thing. I don't know if it's the same for you. Like I try to view it as like a collaboration. Like you are my
Yeah.
co-creator. Like I said, it's like the football team thing. Like we're on the same team. It's not, oh, this is my book because I wrote it or my story. No,
Hmm.
you're now taking this story and making it your own as well. It's a co-creation. But at the
Yeah.
same time, there's that weird boss element because you are a project manager.
Hmm.
Like you have to sometimes nudge along. You have got to coordinate with if it's like four different people on the team. Maybe it's just a penciler, but you got to coordinate with an inker, and then you got to coordinate with your colors and your letters, and if you have an editor on the book, then it's a whole other element of
Yeah.
managing between your editor and the artist, and there's so many moving pieces. It's you have a boss element, which is also weird.
Yeah, 100%. And it's that's why building a good team is very important. And it's again, it's not easily done, but like you said, if you get one, you keep it. With this last project is a great example. I The artist did the full cover himself,
Mhm.
like colored it and everything.
Yeah.
He does the covers full, and then he does the interiors, just inks. So I have a colorist working on it as well. And in the script, I had a very specific like hair color situation, um, and the colorist followed that.
Yeah.
The artist, when he did the coloring for the cover, just like forgot, just so he went a different way with it. And I'm like, oh, cool, that looks great. And I didn't say anything to anyone. The colorist is like, dude, that doesn't match. And it's like the confidence to come and just be like, do you want this book to be good? Like,
Yeah.
trust me as the colorist that the colors need to be
Yeah.
right all the way through and consistent. And it's such a stupid thing. And it's like, yeah, I don't know, I just thought it was a cool style. He's like, no, like he picked the wrong color. And then
Yeah.
I went to the artist. He's like, oh my god, I picked the wrong color, my bad. All I had to do was be in communication with both of them, but I failed. But it's because I had a good team that they were like, dude, like,
Catching it.
can we do this right? Right? Like, you tell him, and then when I told the artist, he's like, oh my god, thank you for catching that. It's like I had nothing to do with this. I was completely blinded and just like, oh, cool cover. Moving on. So
Well,
it's that like everybody wants the project to succeed, so they were quick to point out like, hey, inconsistency that you as a writer guy didn't seem to notice that the colors aren't the same. Uh,
but that's that
right?
collaboration element.
Exactly.
That's the team element, which again, not that I'm anyone, but like that I've learned in the process of I guess 10 years trying to do this thing for a while. I think for everyone's kind of probably like the same story. Like it didn't happen over a year. It happened over like 5, 10, 15, 20 years, depending
Oh
on
yeah.
whatever to get at any point of like minor, like tiny success or tiny whatever.
Mhm.
Um, but the communication factor, like is truly like a team collaboration. It's not I'm the writer, I'm your overlord, you do what
Yeah.
I say. No, it's like if they have buy-in, if they care about it just as much as you, they're gonna have their own, like, maybe I didn't think about this color. Maybe I didn't think about lettering in this box or placing it in this particular manner. Like, the wheels turn much better when there's buy-in and it's a team, rather than, I think the best description I ever had, for anyone who is interested, I'll always plug it, is Right or Wrong by Dirk Manning. Is calling, the person is treating the person you're working with like an art monkey. Here's
Yeah.
the script, make the art monkey. Like, you're not going to get that same kind of buy-in. You're not going to get the same level of art. You're not going to get that creative element that makes comics special compared to prose writing
Mhm.
or movies or whatever. That's that's my little speech.
Yeah, no, very well said. Yeah, yeah, that's a Hitchcock said the same thing. Actors are props, right? And it's
Yeah,
like, well, if you're Hitchcock, you can do that. If you're anyone
yeah.
else, good luck, right? Like, you're not
And
getting the best of anybody.
that's actually that's the I think Dirk used, and now I'm getting pissed off that I can't remember his name. He did Watchmen. He's like one of the most famous people of all time.
Alan Moore.
Alan Moore, thank you. That's what that was the example he gave. He's like, Alan Moore can tell you that he wants a clock that is yay big and is pointing in this direction. It has this shading, and then has, a glass of juice over here that has this much. He can do that.
Yeah,
You can't.
yeah. And he found someone who's willing to put up with that as well, right?
Yeah,
Like, this is the thing. Not everybody. You'll have people who will do it, who will be like the mercenaries and just be like, "Fine, you want me to do
yeah.
that? I'll do it." But are they going to do it? They're at their best. Are they going to do it well? Probably not. They're just going to do
No,
it. This is what you asked for. It's like,
and that's
what
not
did it
art.
turn out? Right? Exactly. You're a robot at that point.
Yeah,
Right? So what are you hiring an artist for? Yeah, it's definitely a balance, and that's the magic of it. Again, if you want full control, like, write prose, man. Like, that's there's room for that. If you want
yeah.
control over every little bit, you can take 500 pages to describe the blades of grass in the field, right? You
Which
can
I am
absolutely do
trying. It is not as
that.
much fun.
It's not as much fun. No.
No, I'm still gonna do it. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna push through. I'm gonna try to do a prose novel, but
Nice.
I am going to. It's either gonna go one of two ways. I'm either going to get it made into a comic,
Mhm.
or I'm gonna do the prose, or I'm gonna do both. But I am trying it to do whatever, and I'm just like, yeah, it's like you talked about with the sequentials before, like
Mhm.
the boring pieces in between. I have no interest in the boring pieces in between in prose, and it's a
Yeah.
struggle for me to, like, almost, you know, not that I have ADD, but almost like it's like ADD. No, no, I want to go over this cool stuff. I want to do the action.
Yeah. I
No,
want to get to the fun part.
sit
Yeah.
there, yeah, sit there and work this out. Describe. It's not as much fun.
Yeah. Oh, I'm 100% with you. I'm 100% with you. I've had many stories that were like, this is going to be a
Yeah,
novella, this is going to be a novel, and it just became a comic. I do have one. I have a series of novels that I'm working on, but they're
yeah,
short, right? They're really short for that reason, because I can't linger on like the color of the door and like, it's just like, let's just get to the point. Like, I'm going straight, like, right, like pulpy noir, just like
yep.
detective, whatever, right? Like, just get into the story. This guy's dead. Go around the corner. Who did it? That person. That kind of storytelling, right? Like, let's just get into it. But yeah, like, I can't do the like lingering, like, okay, like, this is important because it reveals
Yep.
something about their feelings about their mother. Like, no, just like,
No,
what
it's
is the
just
point of the
red.
story? Yeah. Right, like, get to the point. So there's a little bit of that. And maybe it's not for everyone, but I hope people enjoy that kind of thing. But yeah,
Hey, I
it's
love Tolkien, but I am not Tolkien. I am okay saying that. Like,
yeah,
I have it in my Amazon cart. Like, I don't know what happened to him. My mom lost him. My Lord of the Rings books. I don't like read them, but like,
yeah,
I enjoy Tolkien for what he is. But I am also not that meticulous or detailed in the way that I want to write. It's just not
yeah,
that's not my
right,
style.
yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, right? Like, you have to be true to what you, not only what you enjoy, but what feels like your voice, what feels like the story you want to tell. And if you're getting bored by it, people will know, like, they will get bored
Yeah,
by it as well, right? So you got to make sure it's something that you're excited about, that's something you're interested in. Otherwise, yeah, like, why are you doing it, right? So yeah, it's very important. All right. I see Roberto's got a page down here. You're on mute. I'm gonna unmute you if you have something to say. Unless there's a lot of screaming happening there.
No, no, it's okay.
We're good.
Okay. Every day, that's okay.
I gotta be hot. I gotta be quick on the mute button for you sometimes. You know? It's almost bedtime.
My son came in and said, "Dad, it's bedtime."
Not today. It's Tuesday. It's podcast day. But oh, that's funny. That's funny.
So I'm gonna close the door. But if you want to add some balloons, now is the time.
Yes. So looking at this page, is there anything dialogue that you think is necessary or should be added?
I
I'm
actually
gonna maximize
like.
it, so.
I actually like no dialogue for this.
I think it works too. Yeah, like it kind of tells a story without.
Minus maybe some screams.
Yeah, that last one was calling for it, but but other than that, like, yeah, I don't think we need to get too deep into it. Again, unless you were like a Tolkien-esque person and wanted to have long, big captions explaining the land and I was summoned to this land. I don't have that in me, so if you don't, I think it's good the way it is.
Well, I actually think to the at least again trying to grow and look at different styles and stuff like that. I found that I guess the equivalent to like the long flowery prose that you would get in like a novel is just the art kind of speaking for itself. Now again, you have to have. You never know what the script is on the background, like how much of this is like a Stan Lee thing where, you know, it's just like, hey, there's a tree with an apple and the artist builds like this giant world from like the sentence, or how much of it is like, hey, there's more directional elements going. But I feel like the equivalent to the way, you know, a strong prose novel is, it's through like the silent art things where you can tell that story simply just by what's happening. Now, granted, again, text helps for other reasons, but I think this is almost like a cousin to that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I think it works for, especially when you're talking about like short stories and stuff like that, right? Like less is more. So that's what we got here, right? Like keeping it simple. It really, the story's told without having to explain it. The only thing you could do, which I'm not recommending, I'm just saying, if it were a style that you're going for, is you know, you have like a secondary story going along with the panels. I don't love that personally, but I've seen it. Like the Tom King style. It's like there's two things happening.
Oh, yeah.
Right? There's the words and then there's the things that are happening. They're disconnected. I don't love it. But that's, I guess, another way that one would go about it. But like
I'm a fan of it sometimes. Like it has to be very unique. Like it's really got to fit.
Yeah, exactly. Like if we're talking Tom King specifically, like Human Target, loved it. One of my favorite books of the like recent many years. But like Wonder Woman does the same mechanic, and I feel like I'm lost half the time. Then I have to read the book twice. I have to read the captions, and then I have to look at the art, or vice versa, and then I get the full picture. But it's like you're taking me out of it. I see the strings, right? Where Human Target was like you're telling me two different stories, and they come together beautifully in the end. So yeah, there's definitely like times to do it, times that's not, or maybe just sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know, but there's definitely you know, sometimes yes, sometimes no kind of style to it. I like the screams, by the way. That's pretty cool. Instead of the bubble, yeah, I like it. If I were to try to write it out like that, it would just be unintelligible. So this is good.
No, it definitely fits.
Yeah, this is the artist hand writing instead of the sloppy writer's hand writing. Cool. I like it. It turned out really good.
This is great.
Yeah. So one thing I'm going to get better at doing is sharing this all on Instagram as well, sharing that art so that then we can then share it out to the world. So that if you didn't sit with us for 2 hours, you'll still see what we made together. And maybe that'll bring people back to listen to our stories. Especially because you had some really cool stories for us today, man. Like your family
I could talk for hours.
is wild. I love it. I'm into it. Make sure you do the podcast circuit when your book is coming out too, man.
Well, so this is what, like, I was like, I was, my plan originally was when I was going to do this last year, and then my newborn. He was born in October. Like that was why I saw you guys had your schedule. I'm like, oh, I got to try to get on. Wasn't until anything next year. It's like, oh, well, I'm only doing this first issue. So for my follow-ups, it'll be perfect for next year to talk about, be like, hey, Kickstarter successful, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
But then it didn't happen that way. Life works out the way that it works
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
I feel like this is a great first stop to start hitting up some stuff over the next year, build some momentum, build some interest for it when it comes in September.
Nice.
If you like violence, if you like, a good story, and there's a little more than violence. There's a lot of thematic stuff in the background, which, that can be for another day to talk about, or a second episode of this where I
Yeah,
do
hell
try
yeah.
to stretch my theological, my philosophical wings in this on top of the bloody violence.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, man. And if you need a list of people to reach out to for podcasts and stuff, I'm more than happy to share. Like I said, we're
Please
kind of
do,
like
yeah.
colleagues now. We're going to be next to each other in the solicits. So
It's like you got the cubicle across the hall.
yeah, exactly, right. So it's in my best interest to make sure that you do well. So by all means, reach out. I will help you out with getting that podcast tour started, as I try to do the same myself for all the stuff I'm doing. But yeah, man, this was fun. This was good. It's great talking to you, man. Like we got a lot in common, even though we don't know each other very well outside of now. Now I feel like we know each other a lot better. But before this, strangers. So it's cool. It's paisan,
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was a great conversation. I feel the same way. If you ever guys want to do like another episode, I know you got a pretty tight schedule around the time of the launch or around then. I can talk for hours. I can talk comics. I can talk sports. I can talk whatever you want. So yeah, I love this again. This is hands down, Roberto. This is fantastic. Watching you work, it was. I never get to see the artist do it. I just get the finals after. So it's cool watching the actual, like the sausage gets made on the background. Here's a script. Here's some art. We go back and forth. Though this was the actual making of the sausage. I saw every little step. I saw every little process, the moving. It was really cool. I don't ever get to see this stuff.
Nice. Yeah. It's the fun of it, right? You get to see the whole thing, and you get to really feel to be part of it.
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
This is the best part. I don't know if it's the same for you. Every time I get to see an art page, it's like, it's like Christmas Day. It is.
100%.
I can't ever hold back art once I get them. I always want to post it and show it. It is the coolest thing, seeing the artists do their thing and present it. This is fantastic.
It's amazing.
Hey.
Bravissimo. Staying on theme. Bravissimo.
Wonderful. I don't know how to top that. All right. So what we'll do, I'm going to give you another chance to tell us specifically all the stuff that's coming out. I'm going to give you the whole screen. And you do your pitch. Tell everybody, and I'll chop this out, and then this will be on the Instagrams and stuff. So let them know what you're up to and who you are and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, so I'm CE Massari. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Substack. I write there really frequently. I'm going to be coming out with a 120-page graphic novel coming in September. We're doing pre-sales as we launch with Source Point Press. The name of the book is The Mafia versus the Klan. It is inspired and based on some true stories from my grandfather's life and event. If you like John Wick, if you like The Godfather, it's John Wick meets The Godfather. It's taking the experiences of an Italian American in the early 1920s and just taking that element, that ethnic element, that cultural element, and taking a organization that everyone can hate, the KKK, automatic bad guy, and taking on kind of that gray area of the mafia. I steer away from glorifying the mafia from the Italian American element for obvious reasons. But the way that it works in the story is very specific, and it's not something you want to do. I try to, while I'm not a Catholic, I try to very heavily add Catholic influences and take a lot of theological elements from the Christian faith to kind of weave it in, that it makes sense that by this Italian immigrant turning to the mafia, he's giving up his soul. So there is a darker element to, again, something that prototypically is always matched with Italian Americans. They always think mafia and mob. So I think everyone can get behind it. Everyone can hate the mafia, and who doesn't like seeing them get ripped to shreds by the mafia? So again, if you like John Wick, if you like The Godfather, it's a mix of both, and it's based on a lot of events and inspired by a lot of events from my family's actual history. So I think that's really cool. So again, look out for it in September from Source Point Press, from pre-sale on Kickstarter, and then we're going live into your stores and your comic shops globally. And if you're looking to see the other stuff that I write, other stuff that I do, Substack, CE Massari, Master of None. I talk martial arts, I talk food, I talk global politics. I talk comics, I talk lots of different things that are on my mind. Over the summer, I did a 3-piece set on how Dionysus and South Park are very similar. So you never know what you're going to get from me. But CE Massari, Instagram, Facebook, Master of None, CE Massari on Substack. Look out for the Mafia vs. the Clan come September, from Source Point Press and myself. And Martin Jimenez, and Dave Lentz, and Drenna Joe. Thank you.
That was amazing, dude. Like every
I'm like, am I hitting the pieces? And then I was like, wait, this is live. I got to shut up. But I was like, oh, they're going to cut it. Perfect. They can cut all my rambling out.
Yeah. That's it. But I think it's all valuable. I'm going to have to make that like 3 shorts. But really well done.
It's like an essay. You got to get your intro, you got to get your meat, and then you got to repeat your intro on the third part.
That's right. Very well done. So yeah, that was great. Thank you for that. Yeah, man, I'm definitely like I'm getting my copy when that comes out in September. You said.
Yep. Kickstarter September, and then whenever the books get printed, then I don't know what quarter that they're pushing it out, but the pre-sale will be September.
Sweet, and I'm sure I'll hear about it, and I'll yeah.
We'll have you guys on the socials. This was great. I really enjoyed this.
Amazing. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. All right, so Roberto, your turn. I don't know if you'll have as much, but go for it.
I'm gonna be short and low because I don't want to wake up everyone. You can find me at robertovillacabaillustration.com. My Kickstarter for Voyager 4 is coming in September, so you'll hear about it.
Beautiful. Short and sweet. That's the best way. I wish I was better at short and sweet, and I won't be.
I was going to say the same thing. I don't know how to shut up.
It's something I'm learning, and I'm not learning it quick enough. But let me try right now. So you can find my stuff at Pesto Comics, at Pesto Comics on all the socials, or pestocomics.com. You could also find my stuff in the Lunar catalog under Prana, right next to the Source Point Press stuff, under the Next Phase catalog. So that's in the 600s. It goes alphabetically, guys. So Prana P. Page 600 onward. You'll find From Parts Unknown, #1. So we crowdfunded that last October, the October before last. We launched the first issue. It did well. We've learned a lot. We've improved the book in a number of ways. So if you're getting the direct market version, it's not quite the same as the one that was crowdfunded just 2 years ago. So definitely worth checking out, even if you have the first one. And I have some deals for you. If you do go and pre-order From Parts Unknown in the stores and prove that to me, I'll send you a link and I'll give you a deal on my latest Kickstarter. So really trying to get people on board, really trying to launch Pesto Comics in stores as best as possible. So pestocomics.com, at Pesto Comics. Very easy to find me. That's my best attempt at being succinct and quick. I still think I tripled Roberto's time there, but I aimed for it. I got close. With that, man, I want to thank you for being here. This was a lot of fun. We'll definitely have you back. Like you said, you've got some really cool stories, and I want to hear more. And again,
I said I can't shut up, so I'll talk all day.
You need your own podcast. That's that's been my problem. That's how Roberto and I got together. Was you talk a lot and I can't talk and draw at the same time, so you do the talking and I'll do the drawing, and that was kind of how this came to be. So it's always good to have someone else who's willing to take the load off me, because I don't do silence. So I appreciate it.
You're cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like you cured today, because
What's that?
you don't look like you have a cold anymore.
It's good lighting. It's good lighting and the Advil kicked in, but yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's really what it is.
That's really talk to me in an hour, and I'm back to where we started. I think the energy came up a little bit through. All that said, we'll end it here. But I want to thank you for being here. We'll talk again soon when the book's coming out. That'll be fun. And man, anything I could do to help pump the book, let me know. Happy to do so. But this was a lot of fun. We'll talk again soon. All right.
Absolutely.
Everyone watching, thanks. We'll see you soon.
Pete
Thanks,
Cherry.
everybody.
You.
See you, Amelia. Ciao, ciao.